Hey, welcome to class. My name is Flo. I'm really happy you're here with me and you want to practice with me today. This is a yoga for Jiu Jitsu class. It's based on a yoga flow that I do in my personal practice. We will be working a lot on mobility, flexibility and strength, specifically targeting the hips, which might help you with any knee discomfort you might be having. It will also really help with standing balance and strength in standing poses, and to really teaches you to understand your own body weight, the weight distributions, which you can apply then to training Jiu-Jitsu at home. If you are on this planet just like me, everything is on lockdown. All the Jiu-Jitsu gyms are currently closed, so I also cannot train, and it's probably the same for you. And I also haven't trained for 5 weeks because everything's closed and on shutdown. But you still want to improve your Jiu-Jitsu, I understand. You don't want to come back and lose all the skills, which will not happen, no worries. Once you're on the mat again, it will come back really fast, your body will adjust again. But I think you can still improve your Jiu-Jitsu at home while you're staying at home right now, and you can't actually roll and train Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm not sharing any Jiu-Jitsu techniques with you in this video. All I want and share in this video with you is how to move better in your body. And by moving better, you will just be 1, 2, 3 steps ahead when you train with someone else, because you understand your body weight more, your energy, your breath, your strengths and your mobility, as well as the other person, where the weight distribution is, when it's a good time to sweep, to submit, to maybe relax. It's also a good thing to know when to not waste energy, because it doesn't make sense anyways. So this class is teaching you a lot. It's going to be pretty challenging and also a very long class today. So if you're new to a yoga practice or body weight movement practice, this will be pretty challenging for you. If you're not training Jiu-Jitsu, please stick around still. You will get a lot out of this class. But just know that just like when you started training Jiu-Jitsu, it's very challenging in the beginning, might be overwhelming. So take your time, be patient with it. You can do this class every single day, especially while you're now just staying at home, to really help with your Jiu-Jitsu and your movement practice and your movement patterns. And once you can train again, hopefully you just take whatever worked for you in this practice and integrate that into your daily training routine. All you need for today's class is your belt. Make sure you have that nearby. If you want anything to extend your reach, have a book or yoga blocks nearby as well. That might be helpful. Let's get you in the best physical and mental space you can be, so that when you step onto the mat to train Jiu-Jitsu, you are ahead of the game, ahead of everyone else. Grab that belt, and we will start by opening the shoulders up. This is a full body class, mostly targeting the hips, but also everything else in your body. Grab that belt, you can fold it in half, and you start pretty wide. You keep the arms straight, stand wider than hip width apart, so a nice stance. With the arms straight, bring that belt in front of your body, and bring that belt up and over your head, and then behind you down to the back, and then up and over the head, forward again. Now, if you don't feel this yet, you can go more narrow with the grip. If this is too much, then you go even wider. So if the half of the belt is not wide enough, then you can go even wider. We're going for 10 of those, so you find that width that works for you. Keep the arms straight. You want to keep the tailbone tucked, so that when you come up with the arms over your head, you're not arching your back, but you keep the core nice and strong. Let's go for 7 more. Keep looking straight ahead. 6. 5. Keep breathing nice and slow through the nose. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Now bring the belt up and over your head. Keep the arms straight. You pull with the right hand down, so the left hand comes up and over your head, so you're stretching out the left upper body, side body, also the left shoulder. You want to really push and reach with your left arm up and over the head, and then pull with the right hand down. Hold it here for 5, 4, keep the core engaged, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Reach your right hand up and over your head. Really push and reach. Pull the left hand down. For 5, keep the core engaged. 4, 3, bring that arm more up and over behind your head. 2, and 1. Very good. Remove that belt. Put it down to the ground. Now, if you're new to yoga and new to this practice, then you might find this class and what we're about to do very challenging. It doesn't mean only because it's yoga, it's focusing on flexibility, mobility. You will work quite a bit, and the mobility practice of this is oftentimes very challenging, especially if you're new to it. So stick with me, give this a try, and then come back to this video over and over again, especially if you found this challenging. Think of yourself being a white belt with this mobility practice, so you're just starting out. Things might seem very hard, overwhelming, and as you know from Jiu Jitsu, the more you practice, the more you do it, the better you will get at it. So stay patient, keep up the practice. Mat time, as we know, is the most important thing. Stand nice and tall. The feet are about hip width apart, or a little bit wider. Keep the arms straight. And you start to move the hands forward and back. Keep the core engaged, keep the glutes strong. Just like this, these chest flies you sometimes do at the gym. Keep the arms straight, spread the fingers wide. Now you bring the arms out to the sides. The hands are coming out and up and over your head. Keep the core engaged, keep bouncing. We're opening up the shoulders and then back down to the side. Next to the body and back up. Let's go for 3 more rounds, just like that. Keep that rhythm going. Very good. 2 more rounds. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Very good. It's really nice to open up the chest, the front side of the body, as well as your inner arm lines and your hands. Come onto the mat if you have one, otherwise just stand so that you can see me. Bring your feet pretty wide apart, keep your knees bent, fold forward and down. Now you want to keep the knees bent. We will straighten the legs later, but let's start off nice and easy here. And what we're doing is opening up the back body. So you want to grab with your hands behind your head and you pull your upper body towards the thighs. Now when you do that, you actively pull the chest to the thighs, but then the movement coming out of this position is your body doing automatically, so it's bouncing back out of this position. So it looks like this. What's important is you want to really round and curl into a little ball, chin to the chest, round your back, curl into a ball, and we're going for 20 of these in your own pace. It's pretty fast, so I'm not even counting. Let's go for 20. Keep the knees bent. Last 10. Very good. Now straighten your legs. Keep the feet as they are. Same thing, we're going for 20 here. So just in your own pace, do those 20. Curl into a little ball with your upper body, chin to the chest, round your back, and let's do it. Awesome. Bring the feet together. Keep the legs straight. Curl into a ball again for 20. Now with the feet together. Round your back. Beautiful. Now we rounded in the upper back to curl into a ball to really lengthen the upper back, the neck, the entire fascia line on the back side of your body. Now you do the same thing for 20 more. You have your hands behind your back, behind your head, but you reach the crown of your head down towards the toes. So it looks like more like this. And again, you're finding active motion, movement down, and then the body is pulling you back out of it automatically. You find this bouncing rhythm, and let's go for 20. Keep the breath going halfway through. Awesome job. Take a deep breath in, lift up halfway, hands to the shins, lengthen out through the spine or fingertips on the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, slowly roll up through the spine to standing. Really feel the spine, feel the vertebrae, engage your glutes. Deep breath in, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Legs straight or bend, you decide. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's do 2 more like this. Bend your knees, roll up through the spine to standing, engage the glutes, uncurl the spine, arms up, exhale, forward fold down. 1 more. Lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, roll up. Now chair pose on your exhale. Bend your knees, send the hips back. Keep the feet together, keep the knees together. Come up onto the toes. So we're also working into standing balance today, which is really important for any kind of guard passes or just standing and not being swept by your partner. So we'll work on that too. Pull the belly in, reach your arms higher up. Lift your heels higher up. Work on strengthening the feet. That's what we're doing here. Squat all the way down. Set the hips down. Butterfly pose. Bring those feet together. The soles of the feet are coming together. With your hands, you grab the toes. Now we're still early in class. Fold forward and down. Round your back. And relax into this. You never want to push deeper. No pain, no gain doesn't work with mobility or flexibility training. It will only cause you more injury and more pain. So constantly check in with the knees. I know lots of you doing this training Jiu-Jitsu have very sensitive knees. I do too. So I want to be careful with those, and I want you to do the same. If there's any sharp pain in the knees, then please back off a little. Don't push deeper. Give it time. I don't expect you to be able to go through this practice in the first time doing it, in the first attempt. So come back to this video, be patient. We're easing into this practice, but it will get more and more challenging as we go, especially from a mobility point of view. You'll find out. You're in for a treat. Very good. Slowly release. Now keep the left sole of the foot down on the ground. We're starting with the right side. Press your right knee to the ground. Flex your right foot so that the toes are pointing towards the right knee. You can post your right hand on the ground and you press the right knee into the mat to lift the left foot up. It might be just an inch so that you're lifting up, you lower back down. We're going for 5. Lift up, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. 2 and 1, hold, lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Switch sides. Right foot down. Flex your left foot. The toes are pointing towards the left knee. Press the left knee down. Maybe post the left hand. And then press into the knee. Lift the foot up. 1, 2. There's not much movement going on, but we're working into the joint here. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Press the knee down. Lift the foot up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Let's come into a boat pose. Point the toes forward. Reach your arms forward. Broaden the collarbones. Lengthen out through the spine. Now, core is really important to initiate hip movement. And as you know, there's a lot of situations where you have to come up from seated or even from your back up to kneeling or even up to standing. And that really all comes from a strong core and lots of functional stability in your core. So we'll work on that a little bit before we move into coming up from seated to the feet or to kneeling. Let's lower down for low boat. Extend the legs forward. Squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the toes together. Tuck your tailbone, engage the core.
Reach both arms up and over your head. Reach them forward, up and over your head. For 5, 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Lean over to your right side. The left hip lifts up. Hold it there. Keep this hollow body shape. Keep the core engaged. Squeeze the legs together. Breathe. Over to the left side. The right hip lifts up. Hold there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to low boat. Reach both arms up and over your head. Let's finish off here. Hold or start to rock forward and back. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Sit down, feet down. Awesome work. Now we're working on coming up from seated to the feet and to the knees. I've done this in previous Jiu-Jitsu videos already. There's a couple videos on feet mobility, foot mobility, ankle mobility, and also hips. So that's a short version of it. Today is a full class, full body. So it's going to be fun. You come into a seated position like this. One foot is on the ground already. And you want to come up from here onto the right knee and the hips lift up. So you can point that right foot like this. So you can actually roll over the shin and the foot. Imagine this position. This is very common in Jiu-Jitsu. Maybe you even start like this. You do the fist bump thing and then you start in this position. And you want to be able to come up from here without using your hands. And without grabbing the gi or holding on to something to pull up. Sometimes you also get halfway swept and you land on your butt like this and you want to come back up, but maybe defend something with your hands. So this is why you want to be able to come up like this. Okay? And so we're working on those. Give it a try. Be patient with it. No worries if it doesn't work out right now. As your body will open up, you will be able to do this movement. We're going for 5 each side. So reach forward, try to not use much momentum. 5, 4, 3, keep looking forward, reaching forward, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's switch sides. And this is a lot easier if the core is warmed up and strong, because these movements come mostly from the core. Right foot down, point the left foot so you can roll over the foot and the shin. Reach forward and lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, let's come onto your back. Keep the knees bent, feet are on the ground. In yoga, we call this half Savasana. Bring your heels closer to your hips, press into the heels, lift your hips up, bridge pose. Come more into the shoulder blades. Now extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Engage your glutes, keep your hips lifted high. Press into your left heel, engage the thigh, lift the hips up. Very important to keep the glutes strong for all the hip movements we will do and we need in Jiu-Jitsu. Keep the right leg straight. Imagine you're standing on the right with the right foot on the ceiling, so the right foot is flexed. The toes are pointing down towards you. Keep the legs straight, lower the hips down, lift them back up. Press into the left heel, lower down, and lift. Let's do 3 more. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Last one, lower down, and lift up. Very good. Keep the hips lifted. Cross your right shin over the left thigh. Flex your right foot. The toes of your right foot are pointing towards the right knee. Keep your hips lifted. Now, by using your strength in your right leg and your right glute, pull the right knee more down, so you open the right hip up. Now, lower the hips and lift the hips back up. We're going for 5, 4, 3, really engage the glutes, lift up, 2, and 1. Very good. Right foot down, bridge pose, other side, keep the hips lifted, no break here. Extend your left leg up. We're going for 5, lower the hips down, and lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Cross the shin over the right thigh, flex the left foot, pull the left knee down, lift your hips up high first to really open up the left hip. Now lower down with the hips, keep that left foot engaged, lift up. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Bridge pose, both feet down, even out, press into the heels, lift your hips up high. Keep a gap between the chin and the chest, breathe. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Nice and slow through the nose, deep breaths, controlled. Very good. Release the hips down. Let's rock forward. So you come into a seated position. From that seat, we are now trying to come up onto the feet with both feet on the mat or on the ground at the same time without using your hands. Because again, it's training the core, getting up from the ground, and depending on your proportions, this might be harder and less accessible, or easier and more accessible for you. For me, I have long legs. This is actually a very challenging movement for me, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. And so if you are a tall guy, just like me, keep working on it. It's important to keep putting in the work and just do your best, even though these things might seem impossible right now if you're doing them for the first time. So of course you can always push yourself up like this, but in Jiu Jitsu, when you're rolling, this is not very safe for you. You don't have your hands to reach or to do anything or to defend. So you want to keep reaching the arms forward. I like to do just a tiny bit of momentum to bring the heels very close to the hips, and then I come forward. And we're going for 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay on the feet. Come into a tabletop. Very good. Come onto the toes, send the hips back. Let's warm up the wrists a little bit. Forward and back. Keep the arms straight. Every time you come forward, you feel the weight coming into the fingertips and into the inside part of your hand. So you can imagine for what this is useful, for all the wrist locks people might be doing on you from blue belt and above. So it's important to keep the wrists safe. Of course, 1, to prevent injury. And 2, to maybe not tap right away because you have this extra range of motion. And that might be just that 2 or 2 that will help you to escape and come out of the pose or the wrist lock. Come forward, make circles around the wrists. Keep the arms straight. 3 more circles, doesn't matter which direction. Very good, switch directions. Now 5 circles total here on this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to neutral. Beautiful. The fingertips are now pointing towards the knees. Send the hips back, let the palms lift up. We're stretching out the forearms, which is really important to keep those open and loose so they don't tighten up. Because you actually have to use your grips quite a bit in Jiu-Jitsu. I recommend doing pulling, or even better, go climbing or bouldering to really increase your wrist, your hand and your grip strength. But as you do that, or even if you just train Jiu-Jitsu, it's important to open the forearms as well, because you're just gripping so much and we don't want them to get tight. You can rock side to side, bend one arm then the other if you feel more open here. Beautiful. Bring the palms back down. The fingers are still pointing towards the knees. If you feel comfortable here, extend the legs back for a plank. And we're holding here for 10. Push the ground away, engage your glutes. 9, 8, 7, 6. Grip the fingertips into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the knees back down. Come onto the toes, sit on the heels, shake out the hands. Very good. Interlace your fingers and start to roll out the wrists. So you're kind of making this shape of 8 or infinity symbol with the hands. Beautiful job. Shake out the hands. Let's come into a tabletop. Stay on the toes. We will start with the left side so you can also see me better for this time around. You keep your knees bent. You start to lift your left knee up off the ground as high up as you can do. Imagine like a dog that's peeing on a bush or hydrant. And you keep that left foot flexed. So the left leg is actually at 90 degrees of an angle. Keep pressing into the palms, lift that knee and that leg up as high as possible, and then lower. Lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up as high as possible, hold here, breathe. 10, 9, lift higher up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the left leg back. Land the left foot. Bring the left heel to the ground. Slide your right hand back so it's underneath the right shoulder. Lift your left arm up. Supported side plank on the right hand. Push the hips forward. Keep breathing nice and slow. Draw the navel to the spine. Reach with your left fingertips up towards the ceiling, slow it down. Just like in Jiu Jitsu, when things get tough and the heart rate goes up, it's easy to breathe fast, but you are so much better off when you're rolling with someone, when you can slow the breath down as fast as possible. And so through this practice, you will learn that. Release down, tabletop. And of course, by doing all the other classes on this channel, all the yoga classes are all focused on breathing while you're moving the body. So great practice and addition to Jiu Jitsu. Other side, stay on the toes. Keep that right leg 90 degrees bent. Lift up, press into the palms. Keep the right foot flexed. Lift up high, lower. Lift, lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. 10, 9. Keep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5. Lift higher up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the leg back. Right heel down. Slide the left hand back. Supported side plank on the left. Reach your right arm up. Breathe 3 breaths here, nice and slow. Press into your left palm. Grip your left fingertips into the mat. Push the hips forward by engaging your glutes. Reach your right arm up. Deep breath in, last one. Exhale, hand down, tabletop. Come onto both knees. Sit on the heels, shake out the hands. Beautiful job. Let's come into a downward facing dog. Hands down, lift your hips up and back. Keep your knees bent for now, especially if you're new to downward facing dog. Really doesn't matter if the legs are straight or if your heels are on the ground. Keep firming into the inner hands. Push the ground away. Grip your fingertips into the mat. Open the shoulders up, that's most important. Draw the navel to the spine. Hold here and breathe. If you know what you're doing, then straighten your legs and keep that length in your upper body and your shoulders. Start to lift your right leg up and back for three-legged dog. Keep the right foot flexed, bend the right knee, open stack the hips. So you want to open those hips, pull that right heel closer to your right butt cheek. Keep the right foot flexed, hold it there. Keep the breath going. Lower the right shoulder down so it's leveled with the left shoulder. Lift your left heel up, come forward, right knee to the right armpit. Keep that right foot flexed, push the ground away, shoulders over the wrists. Step the right foot outside the right hand. Lizard lunge, both fingertips on the ground. Start to move the hips around, maybe make circles or forward and back. You decide. Just find some movement here. Any movement is good here as long as it feels good in your body and as long as you keep the breath going. Stay on the fingertips, start to lower and lift the hips up and down, bounce the hips up and down. We're going for 20 here. So you find that own rhythm for yourself. Keep the right foot flexed, the right toes are pointing up towards the right knee. Very good. Stop that bouncing. Bring both hands down to the ground. Set your left knee down to the mat. Bend your left leg. Use your right hand or your belt to reach and grab the left foot. Grab the pinky toe side if you have it with the hand. Otherwise, throw that belt over the foot. Extend your leg away from you. Feel that pull on the right shoulder. Now relax the left leg. Pull that foot towards your hips. Keep your left glute engaged. Send the hips forward and down. Look over your right shoulder if possible. If you are nowhere close to this shape, no worries. What we're looking for is a sensation in the front side of your left thigh. As long as you're feeling that, it's all good. Breathe nice and slow. Awesome. Release, back to lizard lunge, both hands down, come onto your left toes, lift your left knee up. Now create some more space with your left hand. Bring that left hand more towards the left edge of your mat, or if there's no mat, just make some more space. Reach your right arm forward. Shift forward, come high into the left toes, extend and step the left leg through. Now if you can, with your right peace fingers, hook on to the left big toe. Maybe the leg is straight, doesn't matter. Keep pressing into your left palm, lower the hips down, keep the left arm straight, lift back up. Lower, lift. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Step it back, lizard lunge. Walk your hands outside or frame the right foot. So right hand goes outside the right foot. Left hand goes more inside the right foot. Keep the right leg bent. Now from here, you keep those hands on the ground, fingertips on the ground if you want to. Straighten both legs, send the hips back. The right ball of the foot lifts up. The right toes are pointing towards your head. Keep both legs straight. It doesn't matter if the left heel is lifted or on the ground. Bend your right leg again, shift forward, and straighten. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Rebend the right knee, walk the hands over to the left. Lizard lunge. Beautiful job. From lizard lunge, three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Open stack the hips, keep the right foot flexed. Lower the right shoulder more down. Breathe. Come high into your left toes, right knee to the left armpit. Across the body, engage the core. Extend the right leg underneath the body to the left for starfish. Rotate the left heel down, reach your left arm up, press into your right palm. Push the ground away as much as possible. Keep both legs straight, both heels on the ground. Feel the right fingertips grip into the mat. Release your left hand down. Lift your left heel up. Lower the hips down, but keep the legs straight. Look straight ahead or move the chest forward. You might want to feel this in the right outer hip and the right IT band, the outside of the right leg. If you feel comfortable here, left hand to your right shoulder. Hold here, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your left hand down. Come into a side plank on the left side. Right arm is reaching up. Now bring that right foot inside the left thigh, just like a tree pose. You can use your right hand to bring that foot closer inside the thigh. Release your right hand down. Keep the right foot as it is. Keep the legs as they are. Lower the hips down all the way. Come onto the forearms. Keep your right foot flexed. That means the toes of your right foot are pointing towards the right knee. You're opening up that right knee out to the side. We're opening up the right hip. Stay on the forearms. Engage your glutes. Push the hips down. Look straight ahead or somewhere down to the ground. If you want to go deeper here, because you don't feel much, you can press into the palms, lift the elbows up, hold it there, press the hips into the ground, keep your glutes engaged, and breathe. If you find that this is too much, then come back down onto the forearms. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the chest all the way down. Keep the legs as they are. Don't move them. Bring your hands close to the chest. Press your hips into the ground. Stay on your left toes. Lift the chest and the hands up and lower. Engage your glutes. Lift up and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up and hold for 5, 4. Broaden the collarbones. 3, 2, and 1. Really good. Step the right foot back and come back to downward facing dog. Let's release the knees down to the ground. Untuck the toes so you are sitting on the heels in hero's pose. Beautiful job so far. Now this is not easy stuff, but really beneficial for you. It's basically a yoga class targeting more mobility and specifically targeting your body for Jiu-Jitsu. And if this stuff is really hard for you, then you absolutely have to work more on it to stay safe and to really improve your game. Even if it's just to stay injury-free and safe, it's worth doing it, because who wants to get injured and then not be able to train for weeks or months? It's not worth it. So with this, and by doing this, you can really keep the body safe, and not by going to the gym and doing biceps curls and bench presses. It's not going to do much for your jiu-jitsu and for your body and the mobility and joint health. This stuff really works, and it will help your jiu-jitsu as well. Let's now work into the feet. Stay on the tops of the feet. Bring the big toes together. And this one is very challenging for a lot of people. And so again, I recommend you do it more. But take it easy. Start nice and slow and be patient. Don't force anything. We're working into ankle flexibility. Keep the fingertips on the ground. Lift your knees up and lower. And we're going for 10. Lift, lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up and hold. Maybe hands lift up off the ground as well. So you can imagine what this is helpful with. Basically straight ankle locks, and also staying safe if you are kneeling like this and someone's pushing you over, which is very dangerous in my opinion. But by having the ankles and the knees and the hips open enough, you will most likely be safe. But if all of this is tight, then you might experience some kind of injury or pain, which is something you want to avoid. Let's stay here for 5, 4, lean back more, 3, 2, isn't it relaxing? 1, and release. I know. Beautiful. Back to downward dog. Take your time to come into this, because we stretched out the ankles so much in one direction. Now you're coming into the opposite flexion. So take your time. Let's do the other side. Lift your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Keep the pace going because there's still a lot to work on. Bend the left leg, keep the left foot flexed, open the hips up, lower the left shoulder down. Draw the left heel closer to your left hip. Breathe. Lift that left knee higher up. Come high onto the right toes. Exhale, left knee to the left armpit. Keep the left foot flexed, shift forward, push the ground away. Slowly land that foot outside the left hand. Lizard lunge. Come onto the fingertips or not. And move the hips around. Forward and back or circles. Again, no pain here. There should be no pain, otherwise back off. Now if you move this around and your left knee doesn't feel good, keep the left foot flexed, the toes are pointing up. If the inside of your left foot wants to lift up, allow that to happen. Don't force it down. That oftentimes helps to keep the knee safe. Very good. Let's do 20 of those bounces up and down with the hips in your own pace. Let's go for 20. Very good. Awesome job. Release the right knee down to the ground. Let's go for that thigh stretch. Use that belt if you want to, or if you need to. Most people need to because it's not something you do a lot unless you practice yoga already. So take your time. With the left hand, grab that belt, throw it around that foot, or use your hand to grab the pinky toe side. So you get an external rotation in the left shoulder. Now see my foot here, that foot wants to lift up. I allow it to happen, that way I can open the left knee up more and keep the knee safe. Extend the right leg away from you, feel that pull on your left shoulder, breathe. Engage your right glute, send the hips forward and down. Now relax the right quad, pull that right foot towards your hips. If your knees are uncomfortable in this one, then know that just like in Jiu Jitsu, the more you are on the knees, the more stronger they will get. But oftentimes in Jiu Jitsu, we have thicker mats than maybe your carpet at home or your yoga mat. So the knees will adjust. They will get stronger the more you are on the knees. Keep the breath going. Perhaps look over your left shoulder. Good job staying so far with me in this video. You're doing great. Slowly release. Back to lizard lunge. Lift your right knee up. Move the right hand more to the right. Create some space. Reach your left arm forward. Shift forward. Come high onto the right toe. Step the leg through. With your left peace fingers, hook onto the right big toe. Maybe bend the knee or straighten if you can. Press into your right palm. Lower the hips down. Keep the right arm straight. And lift up. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Step the right foot back. Lizard lunge. From lizard lunge, walk your hands over to the left, frame your left foot. You can come onto the fingertips or palms on the ground. Start to straighten both legs, send the hips back, the left foot lifts up. You feel the stretch in the back side of your left leg, pull the left hip back. Now send the hips forward, bend your left leg again, and pull it back. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and slow, keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Beautiful job. Back to lizard lunge, both hands inside the left foot. Bring the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Keep the left foot flexed, open the hips up, lower the left shoulder down, lift your left knee higher up, pull the belly in. Come high onto the right toes. Exhale, left knee to the right armpit. Shift forward.
Extend the leg underneath the body to the right. Bring the right heel down. Reach your right arm up. Starfish pose, both legs are straight. Pull the belly in, engage your glutes, lift your hips up high. Press into your left palm. Release the right hand down. Lift your right heel back up. Lower the hips down as far as you can, but keep the legs straight. Look straight ahead. Maybe the left hip is touching. You're breathing into the left outer hip and the left outer thigh. Perhaps right hand on top of the left shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful job. Bring the right hand down. Side plank on the right. Stack the left foot on top. Left arm is reaching up. Bring that left foot inside the right thigh. Maybe use your left hand for support. Hold it there. Keep pushing the hips forward. Release your left hand down. Keep the legs as they are. Don't move them. Lower the hips down. Open that left knee out to the side. Come on to the forearms. Very good. Press those hips down. Stay on the right toes. And if you want to go deeper, you can press into the palms. But this is a pretty deep hip opener on the left and also a deep back bend. Keep your glutes engaged and really listen to the body. Don't force anything. We're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Keep the legs as they are. Hands close to the chest. Press the hips into the ground and start to lift the chest up and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top, lift up, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Great work. Downward dog is where we meet. Step the left foot back and come up to downward dog. Walk your hands back towards the feet and come into a squat. Now if a squat is very hard for you to do and impossible basically with the heels down to the ground, which is a deep squat, then I highly recommend working on squatting more. And especially if you think about it, if you are someone that goes to the gym and does weightlifting, and maybe you do leg day and you do squats and with weight on your shoulders, if you are not able to squat into a deep squat with your own body weight, then I think it's absolutely dangerous to load the squat and then want to do squats with weight on your back if you are not even able to squat without weights in a safe way. So this should be the first step, to be able to do a deep squat and hang out here comfortably before you load weight on your back and then you want to do squats at the gym. Just something to consider. In my opinion, it's all about functional stability and strength, and especially if you train Jiu-Jitsu, to do training outside of Jiu-Jitsu and exercise that helps with your Jiu-Jitsu instead of holding you back or maybe even causing any injuries. Deep squat is a good one, but this comes a lot down to ankle flexibility, so we're working on that a little bit now. So from that deep squat, you bring the knees forward. Again, we're trying to not use the hands. Of course, if you need to, use the hands. You bring the knees down, so you're really working on that flexibility in the ankle, knees down. Then you push the hips forward, engage those glutes, send the hips back. Without the hands, lift the knees back up. Deep squat. Let's go for 5. 4. 3.
Last 2, when you come forward, really squeeze the glutes, the butt cheeks, push the hips forward, send it back. Last 1. And bring it back to a squat. Beautiful work. I'll go a little bit more forward. Now, we will keep working on that, but more now from coming from a seated position to a squat again, using one leg only. Now, if this exercise is too hard for you, you can come back to the one we just did. Knees down, push the hips forward. Do 5 or 10 of those. Otherwise, try out the following drill that I'm going to share with you. For this one, you want to have the toes pointing more forward, so you get more internal rotation in the legs here, in the hip. Then you lean over to the left side, to your left foot. So the right foot becomes light. You extend the right leg forward, just like a pistol squat, that low position. Then you set the butt down, but you keep that right foot lifted. And now you're coming back up onto the left foot, lift the hips up without using your hands. And then you bring that foot back to a squat, over to the other side. Extend the leg forward, set the hips down, keep that leg lifted, come forward without using the hands, and bring it back. Deep squat. And we're going for 3 more each side. Just do your best, give it a try, nice and slow. To the right. The closer you land with your butt to the heel, and the closer you can bring your heel to the butt, the easier it is, easier to come up. I know it's hard, but that's the stuff you need for Jiu Jitsu. How often are you here in this position and you have to come back up without using your hands? Last one each side. At least I find myself in that position a lot. Very good. Back to a squat. Beautiful work. Let's meet in a downward facing dog again. Take your time to get there. Send the hips up and back. Press into the inner hands. Draw the navel in. And breathe nice and slow through the nose. Now let's move into some more dynamic movements here to also get the heart rate going a bit more, if it's not going already. So I'll show you real quick. You can set the knees down if you want to. I recommend bending the knees for this upcoming exercise. We start with the right side. You step the right foot outside the right hand. I'll do it nice and slow for you. Step the right foot outside the right hand. And then you extend the left leg through and you reach the right hand forward. Then you push the hips forward, open the chest, pull the right hand back. So it's similar, building on top of the one we did before. And then you step it back, hand down, right foot back. Bend the knees, step the left foot outside the left hand, step the right leg through, pull the left hand back, open the chest, and back to down dog. And this looks more if you do it faster and in one motion, more like this. Left side, right side, left side. Very good. Now let's do 5 together. Come into downward dog, or maybe you're still there. Bend the knees, and let's start with the right side. We're going for 5 each side. Just do your best. Left side, step it through. Step it back, right side. Step it back, left side. 3 more each side. Really gets the heart rate going. Last 2. Nice and controlled. Try to move slow without any sound. Very good. Downward dog is where we meet. Set the knees down, stay on the heels, stay on the toes. Sit on the heels, roll out the wrists. Beautiful job. Shake out the hands. I have a couple more really fun things for you, especially working on standing balance, moving
the legs while standing on, or moving one leg while standing on the other leg, which I think will really help you with passing, not getting swept, just feeling stable and comfortable on the feet and on the legs. When you're ready to move on, let's come into a downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, open, stack the hips. Very good. Now come high onto your left toes, shift forward, right knee to the chest. Step the right foot between the hands for a runner's lunge. Come onto the fingertips, keep the left leg straight. Start to lift and lower the hips up and down. We're going for 20 again. On your own. Keep breathing. Very good. You're getting a pro at this bouncing. Set the left knee down. Stay on the left toes. Rise up for a low lunge, but extend both arms out to the sides. The palms are facing forward. Spread your fingers wide. Now externally rotate your left arm to the left and internally rotate your right arm. So you're doing the opposite directions basically. And then switch, 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 switch. Keep it going. Keep the fingers nice and spread. Send the hips forward. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands down next to your body. Send the hips back so you're balancing over, or you bring most of the weight over the left knee. Stay on your left toes, straighten your right leg, lift your right foot up off the ground. Balance here for a little bit. If you fall out of it, no problem. Come back in. Use your hands to balance. Lift your right foot higher up, send the hips more forward. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the foot back down. Very good. Hands down to the ground. Lift your left knee up. Stay on the left toes. Really straighten the left leg. Come onto the knife edge of the right foot. So you want to send that right knee out to the side. Send the hips down. Very important to keep the right foot flexed the whole time so that the right toe, especially the big toe, is always pointing up towards the right knee. Now you can stay here on the fingertips or come onto only one hand, or perhaps both hands lift up and you remain and stay on the knife edge of the right foot. Open the right knee up to the side, keep the right foot flexed, pull the belly in, really working into active hip mobility here on the right side. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands down. Beautiful job. Now step that left knee outside the right foot. Set the hips down all the way as if you're coming for or into a seated twist. But instead of doing that, you are also twisting to the right, but we're targeting more the right outer hip and the right IT band. So you use your left hand, bring it all the way around the left arm, around the right leg. You can do this gable grip and then lower the right hip down. Keep the right hip lifted first, so you really pull that leg towards you so that the hip lifts up and then you actively reach the right hip down. Nice and slow breaths through the nose. Very good, release. Now plant that right foot on the mat. We're coming up from this position up to standing for a warrior 3. And this is also called Shiva Squats. Very deep ones this time. But we're taking a modification. So you point the left foot, you bring that left heel underneath your left butt cheek. So you sit on the left shin, on the leg,
right foot is on the ground, so that the foot is in one line, and the right foot is in one line, and the left shin and thigh is also in one line, so they're basically parallel to another. From here you lean forward, press into the right sole of the foot, and then you rise up without using your hands for a warrior 3. Extend the left leg back, hands to the heart, lower the left hip down, and then come back down to that position. Left knee down, left foot down. Very good. Now you shift forward, bring that right knee over the right ankle first, and then you press up. Very good. That's 2. Let's do 3 more. Slowly lower down. Set the hips all the way down, reset. Shift forward, right knee over right ankle. Come up. That's 3. Really working into the right hip, the right glute. Last 2. And last 1. Coming down and coming up. Very good. Extend your left leg forward. Both legs are straight, arms out to the sides. From here you bring your left leg all the way to the left. You make a big circle, start to lean forward. We're coming into warrior 3, the shape we just did. Left leg back, hands to the heart. Now you go even further across the left thigh behind the right. Do a big step, left foot to the ground. For curtsy squat, now bring the left knee down. The right instep of the foot lifts up. Keep the right foot flexed. Come back up. Through warrior 3. Bring that left leg around, rise up, left leg forward. Fun, right? Let's do 3 more. Bring it all the way around. Lean forward, warrior 3. Big step. Cross the left thigh behind the right. Land the left toes, left knee down. Open the right knee up, flex the foot. 2 more. Nice and slow. The right glute is on fire, at least for me, as well as the right hip. And this is all the balancing stuff. Nice and slow. Big step. Left knee down. This one is so nice for the hip. Last one. You got this. Very good. Bring it back forward. Then cross the left ankle or the left shin over the right thigh. Hands to the heart, bend the right leg, send the hips back. Keep your left foot flexed, the toes are pointing towards the left knee. Readjust if you need to, hands to the heart. Now you use your left glute and leg muscles to pull the left knee more down. You pull it down, you relax. Pull it down, relax. Let's go for 5. Pull down, relax. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull down and hold. 5, 4, pull down more. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Step the left foot back. Left hand down, revolved side angle. Finally a break for the right glute. Left hand down. Right arm up. Come onto the knife edge of both feet. Bring your right hand to the right knee. Just grab the knee. Even though you can't see me well right now, just grab the knee. Stay on the knife edge of both feet. Lower the hips down. And then lift the hips up as high as possible. Straighten the right leg. Breathe and stretch into the right outer hip. Let's do 3 more. Lower down. Lift. Nice and slow. Lower. And lift. Last one. Lift it up. Wild thing. Step the right foot behind the left calf. Keep your left leg straight. The right leg bent. Lift your hips up. Engage the glutes. Reach your right arm up and over your head. Release the right hand down. Plank pose. Push the ground away. Now you can do a couple push-ups here if you wish. We will all meet back in a downward facing dog. whenever you're ready. Send the hips up and back, arrive here. Let's do the other side. Lift your left leg up and back. Flex the left foot, open the hips. Lower the left hip, left shoulder down. Come high onto the right toes. Exhale, left knee to the chest. Hold. Round your back, push the ground away. Step the foot between the hands. Runner's lunge. Come onto the fingertips. 20 of those bounces. Straighten the right leg with the hips up and down. On your own, you just count for yourself. Very good. Right knee down, low lunge. Send the hips forward and down. Stay on the right toes. Pull the left heel back. Extend the arms out to the sides. Spread the fingers wide. And then rotate opposite directions. Rotate, 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 just like before. Just keep it going. Keep the fingers spread wide. Open the chest, the collarbones more up and forward. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Lean back. Bring the weight over the right knee. Straighten your left leg. And whenever you're ready, the left leg lifts up off the ground. Use your hands to balance. Have some fun with this. Push the hips more forward. Lift your left leg higher up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Land the foot back to runner's lunge. Fingertips on the ground. Lift your right knee up. Straighten your right leg. Bring the left knee out to the left. That means you come onto the knife edge of the left foot. The left big toe is pulling up towards the left knee. Hold that there. Lower the hips down. Or come onto one hand only, or lift both hands up. Hold here and breathe. Bring your elbows next to your body if you have the hands lifted. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands down. Beautiful job. Bring the right knee outside the left foot. Set the hips all the way down. Be careful here with your knees. So if you feel any pain in the knees, back off a little or bend your knees more, especially the bottom leg. With that right hand, now you can see it better as well. The right arm goes all the way around the left thigh. Grab both hands as if you're taking someone down. And then pull the left leg towards your chest. Your left hip lifts up. And then use your left hip to reach down towards the ground. So you're targeting the left hip. You might feel this here in your left butt cheek, your piriformis, and your left outer thigh. Hold it there, breathe nice and slow through the nose. Let's take 3 more breaths. Just finishing up on this side. This is a very complete practice, so in your own time, if you don't want to do the whole video, you just pick the exercises that you really liked or that were really hard for you, and then you do those more. This is a very extensive class, very in-depth. But some of you, want to invest the whole class, the whole video, especially if you're sitting at home. There's no training going on anyway, so this is the best training probably you can do to improve your jiu-jitsu still and move better. And then once the gyms are open again and you can roll, then you just pick a couple of these that you want to
do in your own time to help with your body, first of all, and then your jiu-jitsu. So from here we're coming up, shift forward, bring the right heel underneath the right hip or the right butt cheek. Plant the left foot down. You shift forward first. We're going for 5 up and down, those Shiva Squats. Shift forward first, left knee over the left ankle, and then you come up, warrior 3, extend the right leg back, hands to the heart, lower the right hip down, and come back down nice and slow. Point the right foot. Very good. Let's go for 4 more. Last 3. Last 2, nice and slow. Keep the breath going, keep checking in with the body. Last 1. Warrior 3. Bring the right leg forward, rise up to standing. Now it gets heavy on the left hip and the left glute. Just stay with me for 5 more. Use your hands for balance. Bring the right leg out to the right. Through a warrior 3. Big step with the right foot to the left, right thigh behind the left. Curtsy squat, right knee down. The instep of the left foot lifts up. Keep your left foot flexed. And back through warrior 3. Leg out to the side. Rise up. Very good. Let's do a couple more. Or 4 more, I should say, not a couple. If you fall out of it, come back in. It's all good. Stay with the breath. Let's do 3 more. Beautiful. Last 2. And last 1. You're doing great. I told you it's challenging. I'm sweating here too, I'm working hard. But it's all about working nice and slow, controlled breathing. Bring the leg forward, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Standing pigeon. Send the left hip back or the hips back. Flex the right foot, hands to the heart. Now pull that right knee down by using your leg, strengthen your right glute. Relax. Pull down, relax for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep pulling down, hold. Pull the right knee more down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Relax. Step the right foot back. Right hand down. Really feeling the left glute, huh? Good work. Right hand down. Reach your left arm up. Revolved side angle. Draw the navel in. Breathe. Pivot your feet to the left. Come onto the knife edge of both feet. Now you can see it's better on this side. Your left hand grabs the left knee. Lower the hips down. And lift up. Straighten your left leg. Nice and slow. Let's do 3 more. Lower down. And lift. If you feel any pain here in the knees, back off. Or flex the feet more. Really important to keep the feet flexed. Last one. Very good. We meet in a wild thing. Step your left foot behind the right calf. Keep your right leg straight, the left leg bent. Lift your hips up, push the hips up, engage your glutes. Reach your left arm up and over your head. Release the left hand down. Plank pose. Let's all meet in downward dog. If you want to do 3 push-ups with me here, then let's do it. Shift forward, bend your arms, chaturanga. Keep the elbows in.
Straighten the arms, plank. 2 more. Very good. 1 more, shift forward. Bend your arms, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Flex your butt cheeks as much as possible. Broaden the collarbones. Pull the shoulders back. Downward dog. Send the hips up and back. Beautiful job. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. 2 more just like that while you are in downward dog. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Seal the lips again. Breathe through the nose. Set the knees down. Awesome work. Interlace your fingers again, roll them out. Give the wrist some love. Shake the hands out. Very good. Come into a seated position. And we're coming into, I'll rotate a little bit towards you so you can see me better from both angles. We're working just a bit more into the hips before we finish up class. Lots of hips, I told you, it's so important. They will thank you for working so much into the hips. Now you sit down, you bring both legs into a 90-degree position. So let's start with the right leg. Make sure you have the 90-degree angle, and you also keep the right foot flexed. It's always very important if you work into anything with the hips to keep the right foot flexed, put that joint here into neutral so that the knee is a lot safer and the knee is not taking so much of the rotation that you're trying to create by opening the hips. If the hips are too tight, then the knee will take all the load and the weight, and this is why I think knee injuries are very common in Jiu Jitsu. Not because you are getting caught into knee bars or heel hooks or whatever other leg locks, but because there's so much movement going on with the hips, and if the hips are too tight, then the joints that are coming next, which is the knee, need to compensate, and this is why it's just so hard on the knees. And that's why I believe that this class in particular will really help you out over time to be healthier. Your left leg is doing the same, so both knees are on the ground. The left leg is also at 90 degrees. Very good. Now keep both feet flexed. Fold your chest forward and down over your right shin. You can keep the hands on the ground. Go as low as possible and available here. So you're getting external rotation in the right with the right leg, the right hip, and internal rotation in the left hip. Now we're staying here for a bit. If you want, you lift the hands up off the ground, so you're holding it here very actively. Keep the feet flexed. Very good. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8. Pull the belly in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. Awesome job. Now let's switch sides. You bring the legs over to the left. You can just stay there. I will readjust so you can see me better. Make sure both legs have a 90-degree angle. Both feet are flexed. And you keep pressing both knees down to the ground. So my left hip is a lot tighter than the right, so it's actually very challenging for me to bring my left knee down to the ground, and it might be the same for you. You just do your best to actively move the hip down or the knee down instead of just like pushing it down and forcing it. It doesn't work if you force it. Jiu-Jitsu also doesn't work. You will not get better if you force it. You just got to be patient and keep practicing. Same with this kind of movement practice. All right, let's lean forward, hands to the ground, 90-degree angle, both legs. Keep the feet flexed, fold forward, hold it there. Perhaps lift your hands up off the ground for a more active hold. But this should be pretty active wherever you are. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Flo, can you not count slower? I know, I want you to work. 3, 2, 1.5, 1. Beautiful job, rise back up. Awesome work. Relax. Shake out the legs. Good work. Now last couple of exercises here which I think still are really important for you. Bring those feet down to the ground. We're setting up for a reverse tabletop variation, but we're reaching more with one arm up and over the head. So instead of reverse tabletop with the fingertips pointing towards you, you now have the left hand pointing away from you. And you have a good foundation here with the palm. The right arm goes in between your legs. You press into the heels, lift your hips up, and reach your right arm up and over your head. Lift the hips up high, reach with the right arm up and over the head, press into your left palm, and lower the hips down, lower the right arm down, let the hips hover. Let's go for 5 more. Reach and lift. Inhale, exhale to lower. With the breath, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Every time you come up, engage the glutes more. Last 2. Last 1. Very good. Set the hips down. Let's do the other side. Right hand down. Fingertips pointing away from you. Press into the heels. Lift your hips up. Deep breath in. Reach your left arm up and over your head. And lower back down. Exhale. Inhale, lift. 4 more. Exhale, lower. Last 3. And you just lift your hips up as high as possible and as high as accessible. Engage the glutes every time you come up. 1 more. And release down. Beautiful. Now the real reverse tabletop. Fingertips are pointing towards you. Lift your hips up. The previous one was just fake. It was just a test. Lift the hips up high. Engage the glutes. Send your hips forward. And then let the hips rest all the way down to the ground. Keep the hands where they're at, don't move the hands. Lift your chest up. Exhale, bend your arms, send the elbows back. Let the chest melt down. Bring your chin to the chest. The elbows are pointing back. We are targeting the front side of the shoulders. This is a good one to do after your jiu-jitsu training, but also really helps with creating more openness and mobility in the shoulders, just like the first one we did with the belt. And that just, gives you this extra space in case you have to post your body weird because you're falling or some accidental pose and puts lots of pressure on the shoulder, really pushing your range of motion. It's more likely to stay safe in that kind of situation since jiu-jitsu is such a dynamic sport. It could also just buy you this extra range of motion if you get caught in a shoulder lock or some submission to perhaps escape. Or there's always these guys that just go really hard into submissions, which I really don't like. When people just submit really hard without control. If you're experienced in rolling, you know when it gets tight and when it should be tight for the other person, so no need to force it and to go harder. But there's always this person that goes hard into submissions, and it's just good for you if you have this extra range of motion to stay safe and not get injured by that particular person. Very good. Let's release. Walk the hands forward, come into a seated position. I will rotate more towards you. Just sit nice and tall for a couple moments. Lengthen out through the spine. Close your eyes. You can put your hands on top of your knees or your thighs or in your lap. Whatever is comfortable for you. If this doesn't feel good for you cross-legged, you can also sit on your heels. You could also elevate the hips by sitting on a pillow. Close your eyes.
Just feel the air, the breath coming in and out through the nose. To finish off, I would like to work with you on a breathing exercise. We are breathing nice and slow in and out through the nose, and then after the inhale is complete, you hold the breath for a couple seconds. Then you start to exhale nice and slow for a count of a certain number. After the exhale, you again hold. In yoga, this is called Kumbhaka, those breath holds. And this is really teaching you to breathe slower, to breathe softer, with more control. And I think there's just nothing more powerful than being able to control the breath. Breath is really life, and by controlling the breath, you control your life. And if you're rolling with someone and your heart is going and you're having a hard round and you're getting in a tight position where the air might get tight and limited, you learn from this to breathe slower, to calm down, to relax. Really control that breath so that you can stay in that so uncomfortable position a little bit longer and perhaps escape, perhaps survive, not get submitted is what I mean by that, and make your way out of it. So start to exhale all the air out. Let's work into this. Just a couple of rounds. Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to inhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. 7. Inhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to inhale now for 10, 9. You can do this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 10, 9. Just relax. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last hold at the bottom. 10, 9. You can do this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to a normal breath. In and out through the nose. Keep your eyes closed. Feel the air coming in and out through the nose. Relax your shoulders down, sit tall. Feel free to sit here longer. Continue this seated meditation where you just focus on the breath in and out through the nose, which will really help to remain super calm and focused while you're rolling, while you're training. And that focus and calmness and peace will extend out into all the actions, all the activities you do in your day-to-day life. The more you practice, be patient with it, give it time. You will eventually get there. The more you practice. Thank you very much for joining me today for this very intense and long practice. Beautiful job staying until the very end. Good work doing the breath work in the end. This short meditation, and of course, beautiful work moving the body and creating more freedom and range of motion in all the joints in your body. I hope you're feeling good. Come back to this practice anytime you want to and feel like it. If you don't have the time to invest into a long class like this every day or several times a week, although I would love that if you really invested that time into your body this much, then just pick the exercises or movements that I showed you. Continue with the breath work, really important. Continue with a short meditation every day to really breathe better and to have more focus and peace of mind. I hope that will help you on your journey of feeling good, moving better, rolling better. If you found this video beneficial, please share it with your teammates at your Jiu Jitsu Academy so that they can also benefit from it. Make sure to subscribe and like, because if you don't and I come visit you at your gym, I'm gonna roll really hard with you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.